everyone, and welcome back to another edition of Friday Night Pint. It's been a long week, so grab your drink, join us for a little chat. How are you this evening, boys?
Good, thanks, mate.
Brian. Go on.
I'm good, mate. I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm
what you
not
been
bad
up
at
to?
all. You? Had me jab yesterday.
Yeah? How you feeling?
Yeah. I was a bit rough last night, but I've been all right. I felt all right today. Not too
Did
bad
ya?
today.
You still look like you're in heaven. That ain't changed.
He's got.
No, I'm saying before I'm trying to sort out the camera on my computer, but I've got to do a lot of faffing about. Didn't have time.
He's had his jab and he's got 8 legs now. He's going to crawl up the wall in a minute like a spider.
How are you all, boys? All right, right?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Bit of a mixed week. Fucking, as you know, last week, me dear old Nan passed away. 94 years old, bless her. She had a good innings, but yeah, she passed away at home peacefully with her family around her, so couldn't ask for more really. But yeah, it's been a bit of a weird week, but yeah, back to work, hitting the gym, and yeah, enjoying life.
Yeah. Sad news about you now, mate.
Very.
Rest in peace. Scotty, what you been up to?
Not much, mate. Not much. Busy as usual.
Been at the pub of yours?
Yeah, I was at the pub the other night.
What
Freezing
pub did you
cold. Where did we go? George in South Woodford.
It must have been a good night if you can't remember where you went.
Didn't drink that much. I was dry. I can't drink too much, can I?
Why?
Because in case literally waiting for the baby to drop. So I can't have no more than 2 pints.
We went out to the pub last week, didn't we, Ryan?
Yeah, we had a nice little pint and something to eat together on a cheeky little Saturday. First time in ages.
Salty, mate.
We sat. They put us on the moodiest table at the back. It was like eating on the Titanic. He was eating on a swan.
Oh my God's honest truth, right?
I thought we had an iceberg at one point.
there was not a fucking soul in the place, right? There was 2 old birds, right, sitting at a table right over in a nice table, right? And it was one of them weathers where you got, when it's like nice and warm in the sun, but as soon as you get into the shade, you're freezing cold, right? And they put us on this table. I booked the table, so I'm going to have to take the blame, obviously. They put us on this table. It was like it was on the Teletubbies house, like where the hill was. It was just randomly, right, in the middle of this fucking pub. It's just a tiny little hill, and they've got a table up there that's just sliding. God's honest truth, if I'd have kept my hand round it, my starter would have slid off. No, that's no word of a lie either, right? And we were arguing. Treacle Mine.
Treacle Mine in Grays.
I'll treat mine been down there for years.
Oh, what's that? A pizza box?
It fell over. Right? Yeah. So, yeah, it was like on this tiny little. There was nothing. There was nobody there. Right? I was going to this lady like, can we just move? Like we couldn't even see the telly or nothing. Right? They had a telly outside. She was like, "Nah, it's all booked out. It's all booked out." And I was like, "Really?" I said, we're not going to be here long. We're just going to have something to eat, blah, blah, blah. Nah, sorry, it's all booked out. Honestly, God's honest truth, the same 10 tables were when we left, were still empty. It's ridiculous.
It was funny, though. It was fucking freezing. Then it started pissing down. I went, I ain't eating my dinner in the rain. So we went and stood under an umbrella. Then it got warm again. And then, yeah, we just sat there, had a good old chat. Like I haven't obviously. I see Nicky now and again because he works around the corner for me. So even this morning, I got out of my car and who's sitting in the car park ready to give me some t-shirts? Mr. Nicky Hawkins. usually I'm a right miserable git in the mornings, but I see Nicky. I knew he had me t-shirt, so I had a little smile.
Made your day, right? Didn't he? Made your day.
Yeah, good, nice t-shirt as well. Look, they fly so high.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Now available to buy on our store. Link in the description below.
I'm just waiting
I'll pick one of yours up on Wednesday on the way back from training.
Oh, excellent. Cheers, mate. Well done. Well done.
You've still got the Ogbonna t-shirt to go, Graham.
No, Graham's still got that. You remember that old crusty Bobby Moore one we done right at the beginning?
Yeah.
Funny enough, I found that the other day. I was having to sort out my wardrobe, but I found that one.
The one that Scott said, "Nah, just send them out. They're all right." And Bobby Moore didn't even have eyes.
I found the Ginger Pele one as well.
Yeah. Right. let's get into it. What we got tonight? Hello to everyone in the chat, by the way. I can see you all commenting there. We're going to get to your comments in a second.
Mm-hmm.
What we got tonight?
I think you tweeted out just a minute ago, Nick. I think it was you anyway, about obviously Claude was laid to rest today. Obviously, everyone knows Claude from Arsenal Fan TV. Still a sad loss, you know. And yeah, you know, it was his funeral today. So yeah, we're all thinking of him and his family and everyone at AFTV. And yeah, rest in peace, Claude.
Yeah, rest in peace, Claude.
I was watching just before we start. I was watching a bit of Robbie's show that he does with Expressions after they filmed sort of a couple of hours after, and Expressions was telling the story because Expressions was asked to be one of the pallbearers to carry Claude's coffin in, and obviously he had his Tottenham shirt on, and one of Claude's family apparently said to Expressions as they were walking down the aisle, said, "Oh, you're a Tottenham fan. You're not used to lifting things, are you?" And apparently everyone just burst into laughing and all that. And it was like, Robbie said it was a really great moment. And Claude would have been laughing. So yeah, love it.
Yeah, that's it.
Anyway, what we got today? What we starting with?
Well, yeah, obviously the news come out a little while ago about the Super League, but originally we was going to talk about the or maybe Declan Rice being back in, who gets dropped. So it's up to you, wherever you want to start, mate.
No, we start with Declan Rice. We've got plenty of time to get in that Super League nonsense. I'll let you start, Graham. You start the conversation.
Well, I think it's fantastic news. He's back, you know, with the running we got now. You know, we've got to really push for that the European spot, so it'll be a massive boost for us. So very exciting news.
Yeah, the thing is, I mean, he had a late fitness test last week, but I think the reason I heard that he didn't make it is because he had a crusty limp. And I've never even heard of that sort of injury before. So it was just honestly, mate.
Can you elaborate on that? Was it?
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, it was just. It was
sounds like you need some cream on there.
Yeah.
I've heard you've had a few crusty limps in your time, Gray, to be honest. Crusty limp.
Yeah, no. If Declan is back and he's fully fit, and you know what, I think he will. I think Moyes might have been playing a few mind games today. I think he will be back. I mean, who does he drop from the other night? It's difficult because I think Lanzini was brilliant, Ben Rama was brilliant, Fornals was brilliant. You know, who do you drop? But then you can't leave Declan Rice out.
The only thing I would say is if he's fit and back, I wouldn't risk him. If you know, we've got 4 games left. And I know what you're saying. Like, yeah, the boy wants to go to the Euros, and you know we all want to see him turn out for England, but he's got club duties to do. I won't risk him because there's no one on that pitch there that deserves to be dropped. And I know that might sound stupid because he's our best player when he's fully fit. He hasn't never been injured before. I would leave him on the bench, give him half an hour if we need him. And that's not disrespecting Everton, but Lanzini the other night I thought was the best player on the pitch. I thought was the best player on the pitch, and I've seen him play that role before. And you notice like a couple of weeks before that when Noble was playing, I was calling for him because I see him do that when he was filling in for whether it was Czech or Biang or whatever back. But I've seen him play that role before when he wasn't getting his sort of left wing role when Pint was in. I've seen him play that before, and I know he could do a job there. It's sometimes because we've got Souček there who does such a good job. Sometimes it's just the energy that you need. It's just someone to be there to sort of break up the play, someone who can get there, and then who wants to get on the ball and then distribute the ball. And that's obviously Declan does that perfectly, but I think it would be very hard. I think it was been very harsh on Lanzini all season to not play. I think he's only started about 4 games all season, especially when he scored that goal against Spurs. I think it's been very, very tough on him. I wouldn't drop him.
Yeah, the thing is, I think someone said it in there. If he's fit, he's fit. But I'm with you. I wouldn't want to rush him back and then break down too soon. So I'd probably bring him back just to have him in the squad on the bench as an option. Just having him in the matchday squad will give the players a boost and David Moyes a boost as well. See, I totally agree. I think that dropping Lanzini or Benrahma would be very harsh. Would be very harsh on them, because I think they were brilliant.
Their confidence. It'll probably knock their confidence a bit. You're asking people to come in, they perform out their skin, and then you drop them. I mean, what would it indicate to them?
I don't think it'll knock their confidence. They'll be gutted, but I think they'll still be willing to come on and affect the game if they're asked. But I just think with Declan Rice, and you've also got to look at the opposition as well. Everton are a good team. They've got a good midfield as well. So it's a difficult one, but yeah, I'm sort of with you. I'd sort of leave Rice on the bench and just start with what we had the other night. I think they deserve a chance to have a go at Everton.
I'm always a bit advocate that you don't really change a winning side, and the performances that we saw on Monday, you can't justify dropping anyone. But saying that, Everton are not Burnley. Everton's midfield's a lot better than Burnley's midfield. Everton have got more ball-playing midfielders than what Burnley have, and you're going to need Declan Rice if he's fit in there to break up the play. As much as it hurts me to say, but you've got to drop Lanzini. If Rice is fit, Lanzini misses out. It's unfortunate because he had a blinder, but Rice gives you that extra protection that Lanzini doesn't give you. And
I think personally, though, Scott, I think he'd drop Benrahma.
He probably will, but then I don't see the point in putting Lanzini out on the left. If you're going to drop Benrahma, then you've got to play Lanzini. You've got to move Fornals or Lingard out onto left and put Lanzini in front of that Rice and Souček midfield. Because you need to, like Nicky said, Lanzini lately has had his best games playing in that little centre pocket. So you need to keep him in that centre pocket. There's no point putting him on the left because he doesn't do the job. He's not cut out to do that. And dropping Benrahma, that'd be madness. Look at the stats that we've had with Benrahma being in the side. I think we've only lost 1 game when he started. You've got to play him in this one.
Yeah. So
I see the case for keeping Lanzini in, but I just feel with Everton's midfield with players like Sigurdsson, and is it Gomez the other?
You got Allen as well.
Yeah, they've got players there that are going to hurt us a lot more than what Burnley had, and I just feel that game you need your best 2, and you're also going to need Souček getting forward, getting more into the box, which we haven't seen since Rice has been out.
But the thing is, Scott, what a lovely headache for Moyes to have.
Mate,
a couple of weeks ago, we were sitting here like sort of panicking with the injuries. Now we've got Antonio back, Creswell back, Rice looks like he's going to be back. We're going into these last 4 games now. Chelsea have got Man City away on I think it's Saturday they play. If City win, Chelsea lose, and we beat Everton, we're level bang on points again with 3 games to go. It's anyone.
Exactly, man. That's the thing. It's a tough decision to have, but it's a nice decision to have. The only person I don't want to dig him out. I dug him out a little in the preview. Is Diop? I said in the preview.
I'm going to duck out and come back in because my volume's gone. I'll duck out and come back in.
All right, mate. My volume's gone. What's that in his ear?
Like I dug him out. I said that Diop now needs to stand up and be counted. He got caught out a couple of times against Burnley. He's got to improve his game and learn. But I think if Ogbonna's fit, Diop's the one that misses out, if I'm honest.
I think Ogbonna is fit as well, isn't he? So that's a massive boost as well. There's another player that we thought we're going to lose for probably the rest of the season who's back now. So fair play to the medical staff as well for getting these players back a lot quicker. It seems like a couple of years ago that wouldn't have happened, but just different at this club at the moment. And we're getting these players at the right time. We're getting them back.
I just see a comment there just before I put up the super chat. I don't want to lose the super chat because we'll talk about that in a second. But it said, Gary Pay said, you can't leave Rice on the bench if he's fit. What will he think? Now, I understand what you're saying, but I don't think leaving, Declan Rice on the bench once he's been injured, I don't think he's as petty as that. And as you say, I know there's clubs looking at him in the summer. There's always clubs looking at him. He's a fucking class player. Apparently, Man United scouts think he's too slow, but that's down to Man United scouts. They must have a scouting team of Stevie Wonder and fucking Roy Orbison. But yeah, it's just, you I know what you're saying. You can't leave him out. Maybe Scott. Maybe I'm being a bit sentimental. I'm always like, you shouldn't change a winning team and all that. But he is. I do agree with you, Scott. When thinking about it, if he's fit, he plays because you need your best players, especially in these last 4 games. So I do agree with you, but I think it would be very harsh on Lanzini to get dropped. Let me just say this quickly from Andrew McDonald. Respect for the social media blackout last week. Donate $25. Thank you very much, by the way. Glad you're back this week. Yeah, we didn't mention that at the start. Obviously, we wasn't here last week. That was because we was adhering to the social media blackout to stop online hate. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, I think, and we'll address all of that a little bit later. I was meant to address it on Musings this week, but I've been extremely busy. I haven't been able to get away as quickly as I would like to from work. So we've been so busy this week at work. So we haven't had a chance to film that video, but we will address that later on in the programme. Graham, do you want to say anything, mate?
Yeah, sorry about that. It's, someone tried to ring my phone, and when my phone rings, it buggers up.
Can't hear you, Gray. We can't hear you, mate. Can't hear you, Gray.
Gray, what are you saying?
Huh?
Can't hear you.
Okay, I've got...
Nah, he's gone.
Sorry about that, Chip.
Roy Orbison was blind, wasn't he? Roy Orbison was blind.
He wasn't blind. He just wore dark glasses.
I'm sure he was blind.
Roy Orbison weren't blind.
Shut your fucking mouth, Graham. I know you know him.
I was thinking that.
I thought he was blind. I always thought he was blind. I'm going to Google that. Go on, you talk among yourself. I'm going to Google whether Roy Orbison was blind.
I'm just blocking a fan of yours, Nick. Looks like it's your turn this week, my friend.
Ray Charles was blind.
Charles was blind.
Ray Charles. All right, sorry.
Roy Orbison. I was thinking that when you said it. I was thinking, no, he wasn't. Whoa, pretty woman.
He just wore sunglasses. That was all.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Go
on, Scott.
Oh, my train of thought's gone now. I was picking up on a comment that I saw. Let me try and find a comment again. It was about Lanzini. No, don't worry, it's gone.
L'Oreal have informed me that Graham's volume is now back. That £5 for some shampoo, Gray. Thank you so much, Mr. Marble.
No, it's because someone rung my phone, and when the phone rings, it buggers up the audio.
You should put it on airplane mode and put the
Wi-Fi on.
The Wi-Fi on.
The Wi-Fi.
That's how you do it, mate. That's how you do it.
I will.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I agree. It would be asked for Lanzini to be dropped, having played so well in the week. I agree.
Geez, you think these last 4 games we can go in fully fit squad wise? Yeah, it puts us in a very good position.
I say the only thing is, I say maybe agree with Nicky. Mate, I know he's fit and you want your best team out, but you don't want to risk him breaking down again.
I've changed my mind since then. You wasn't here.
Changed your mind enough. Yeah,
I put a good case forward. Gray, he changed his mind.
Okay. I just think you got to protect your best players. You know, you don't want to
exactly.
Risk them breaking down again.
That's what I was going to say. Touching on the thing about how would Rice feel being on the bench? I think Rice would be happy to sit on the bench, knowing how well Lanzini played last week.
Mm.
He doesn't seem. Rice doesn't come across as a player who's got an ego and expects to be starting every single week.
Mm.
He's one of those that you know, he respects other players. He respects the players he plays with and his teammates. And he'll be the first one that if a player's playing well, he shouldn't be shoved straight back in at their expense.
Mm. No, I agree.
Yeah, I totally agree.
My Cathy always said that.
Yeah, and what with what we've got coming up as well, you know, Brighton's just as much an important game as the Everton game, and we don't really do well against Brighton, do we? Especially in the Premier League era. We haven't. No. So it's listen, every game's going to be massive.
It was a weird one, the last one, weren't it, though? Because when we played them at home, Moyes seemed like he shit himself. He treated them like he treated the top six. Yeah,
he did, didn't he? Because he started noble.
Yeah,
we just looked slow and lackluster. To be fair, I think against Brighton, you play Lanzini in the midfield. You know, you go back to that team that beat Burnley.
Yeah, but then who drops out then?
Well, that's it. But this is the thing. This is now what a fully fit squad and players playing well. This is the headache Moyes has got. He can tinker with the side because you're seeing now that a player drops out, you've got a player to step in. You know, all right, with Antonio, when we've lost him, it's been harder to find a player to step in. But there's players in there now who can go and do a job, and that's what we need. That's what we need to see.
Yeah, but that's the thing that annoys me, though. We've had them players there all the time, and we've just tinkered around. Yeah, that does annoy me a little bit, but it is what it is. Look, I'm going to be very, very controversial here, but I think the top four's still on. We've got every chance of winning the last four games.
It is.
We've got every chance. Now that they're in the final as well, Chelsea, they might take their eye off the ball a little bit. And there's a lot of teams Chelsea got to play a couple of decent teams, and so have Leicester.
Chelsea and Leicester got to play each other.
Yeah, that's last game of the season.
Got to play Man City. I think they got to play Arsenal as well, haven't they? I think.
Yeah, well, Arsenal don't really matter at the moment, do they? The way they performed last night, Jesus. But do you know what? I think, as I said last week, if we've got any chance of getting that top four, we have to win our last four games.
Oh, Nanny crumb cake. Definitely, 100%.
Yeah, and that's 100%. That's all we can do. Yeah, this is Chelsea's running, right? They've got City tomorrow. Then they play Arsenal. And don't forget, Arsenal spanked them 3-0 earlier in the season. Then they've got the cup final against Leicester.
Then Leicester in the league.
Then they've got Leicester in the league. Then they travel to Villa. And then they've got the Champions League final after that. So
that's a tough game. That's a tough run of games.
Exactly. And then Leicester have got to play, obviously, Chelsea. I'm sure they've got United and they've got Spurs.
They have, yeah. I won't worry about them. They'll big six.
But the team that we need to. This is why we need to keep winning. The easiest running is Liverpool's, and they are just behind us. And this is why.
But they could leapfrog us and take Leicester's spot. We could end up taking fourth anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like we've us two have got easiest run, but the game against Everton is key. And then I think the game against Everton, and if we can beat Brighton, we've got every chance. Every chance. Yeah. A lot of people were like, you know, it's a weird old season because a couple of weeks ago you beat Leicester and you're 1 point behind them, and then within a week you're 7 points behind them again, and then you've lost two games and all that, and they look unreachable. But now they look. It's a weird old season. It's a strange old season. Like we went 7 points clear of Spurs at one point. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
What's Nanny crumb cake? What's that?
What's that?
It's what Nicky said.
You went. Oh, Nanny crumb cake when he said we've got to win all four. You went, oh, Nanny crumb cake.
Did I?
That's that old saying, isn't it? That's that old saying, old Nanny crumb cake.
You know, like some people say, slap my knee. I say Nanny crumb cake.
Yeah. I feel right. 2 wins now, and we're guaranteed Europe.
2.
Yeah. Not guaranteed top 4.
Not top 4.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think if we beat Everton on Sunday, you know, that puts a nice little gap between us and them, and they're sitting 8th at the moment, isn't they? So
yeah.
Does that put us 9 points clear, doesn't it? Right? Is it 9 points?
Yeah, I think it does, mate. I think we're on 58, they're on 52. So yeah, it would be 9 points clear. So
it would. Anyway, let's move on. I got something quickly that I'd like to bring up. League confirmed this week, even though there was rumours flying around earlier on in the day, that there will be no away fans in the grounds at all this season. There are obviously going to be home fans for the last game. Think this is the right decision?
Yeah, I think getting home fans back is good, but I definitely agree with not having away fans there. What's the point of having people travelling down or us travelling up? We all want to get back to football, but there's no point. There's no point getting away fans. Let the home fans for each club enjoy being back at their grounds, so they can get more home fans in. Because if we have 500 away fans at a game, it's only 500 home fans that are going to miss out for the home team. So, look, it'll be good to see fans back. It's a start now of us getting out of this lockdown, and hopefully next season it'll be back to full capacity. And, just can't wait, mate. Just can't wait to be back at them full stadiums again, back to normal.
No, neither can I, mate.
To be honest, we've gone this far in the season, haven't we? We've gone all this way in the season. So there's no point risking it for the last couple of games. Just see out the season and then bring them all back next season.
Yeah, I agree.
In my opinion.
Yeah, no, I'm the same, mate. It's great to have fans going back, but I don't see the point. What's the point? 10,000 turning up, socially distanced away from each other. We saw when we played United and the fans went back. It's good for the fans, and I get what people want to get back there, but unless you're going back and being normal, as normal as what we take as the normal, being together and thingy. That's the match day. It's not so much going to the game; it's the match day. It's the whole thing around it that you want back, not just being able to rock up to the stadium, stand there with your mask on, away from each other, and silently cheer and applaud.
No,
in my opinion, it's pointless. I said, you
was in the ballot, you prick.
Yeah, I know. I've
already got my mask for next season.
Hey,
he's back.
Yes, he's going to have a first experience at a London stadium. Come on, you Irons!
I might bring out fucking doting.
Right, you should turn up first game back. Why you got to turn up without them?
Well, I say the other week, if West Ham get top four, I'm going to do the last Friday night pint of the season dressed as a full pack butcher, outfit, earrings. No knickers. I'm going to go 30 pack. I'm going to have no knickers. No knickers.
Go 80s pack. It's going to go 80s pack before she run over that little girl.
Yeah.
County Crow 30 says, "Hey guys, big Hammers fan over here in Cork Island. Absolutely love the t-shirts and sweatshirts. Thank you very much, mate. Do you ship to Cork? Would really love to get some. We ship worldwide, mate. Wherever you live in the world, we'd ship it except Dubai for some reason. I don't know why." But apparently they never arrive in Dubai. If you live in Dubai, your luck's out. Unless you're coming over, and we'll sort you some out when you come over here. For some reason, we don't ship to Dubai because it's something to do with the postal codes or something. Like t-shirts go and jumpers go missing. But anywhere else in the world, we ship to.
Apart from Cork.
Apart from Cork, yeah. Cork's on the... No, I'm joking.
Cork and Dubai. No, you're joking.
Will you guys watch the game today, says Francis J. What game? I don't know what game.
Leicester. Is it Leicester and who's playing tonight?
No,
Leicester playing,
we will, unless you want us to log off, because I'm sure it'll probably be starting about now, won't it?
Leicester Newcastle, 8:00.
Yeah, it's on now. Mark Sherman Brown says Everton is key. I think Brighton. I think he's going to be the one.
I think Everton. I think he's right there. I think Everton is a. I think, as I said, all games are massive. It's just you've got to take each game as it comes, and the first cup final is Everton on Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. Ben Cargill says, I will drop Souček because he looks tired.
It's not a bad shout, to be honest, in a way. He said, I think it's more the fact that Rice ain't been there that he's not looked the same. But I get where he's coming from on that one.
Amen says, might be the first team to win the Conference League. We lost to Asher fucking Gugu once.
That was when that bloke. Do you remember when that bloke had that big crab sponge, Nick?
Oh yeah,
and it's fucking mental.
Oh yeah, I remember that now.
That big crab sponge.
Yeah, I remember that. I do remember that. That was mental. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. But no away fans for the last game. 10,000 can attend, can't they? Yes.
Yep,
we did speak about that.
I think it's the last two games as well.
Yeah, I think it might be because ain't they having fans of the playoff finals and stuff? FA Cup finals having some, isn't it?
Yep.
Semi-finals had some.
I think like all the like the FA Trophy and all that as well. I think it was 8,000.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that
I think you might be right, mate. Yeah.
Like that.
Mark Brown says that will be interesting to see Man United deal with 3 matches this week. Their team lineups could influence the top 4. That is true, mate. Yeah. Let's take some more. Ryan, nice haircut, mate. You look 10 years younger.
Thank you, mate. I don't feel it, but no, thank you. Yeah, I had a little trim yesterday, a little trim around the edges. Yeah, fucking. Yeah.
Much said Everton will give us a springboard to push to games. Springboard to push on, Nicky. All games are important. Yeah, you're right, mate. Yeah, it's the West Broms and stuff when, especially if they've already been relegated by the time we get there, because that could be possible. It's them ones you've really got to worry about because they just let the brakes off, don't they? They just think, fuck it. And then they start giving people all sorts of problems. You've seen that so many times. George Sutherland says, great chat, lads. George from West Lothian, Scotland, just subscribe. Thank you very much, George.
Thank you, George.
Appreciate everyone in the chat, especially Syrup Chops.
I didn't see his comment.
Oh, I did see him. He must have gone off now.
Then you get some right funny names on it. Look at this comment. Look at this one. Look. Where's Dan tonight? Is he gone to Lost Property to claim some more free clothes? Have I missed something? Oh, fucking hell.
Let me just say this before we get on to the next bit. Graham, I love to see you, says Henry later. We all love to see Graham.
Thank you, Henry. It's
never enough Graham, is there?
Yeah, we need more Graham.
Yeah, absolutely. We need more Graham. Let's talk about the comment earlier. Let's talk about the comment that come up earlier and the social media blackout.
We need more Graham.
There you go.
God, my head looks massive. Look at it. Like a burst couch.
Obviously, you'd have seen last week that we participated. That included no posting across our YouTube channel, so the watch along wasn't here. We didn't come back to post match pint on Monday night. That was from Friday 3 p.m. We all done a social media blackout, and that was obviously to raise awareness. And it's something that we all took. It took it wasn't a big decision. We knew we would be sort of like the channel would suffer a little bit if we done it, and people could go elsewhere to get their sort of hammers fixed. People that didn't participate, but it was a no-brainer. If anything like that, we are totally against online hate. We're totally against we've had to block 2 people tonight that is giving me online hate, and that's and it's just a perfect example of, and I believe that was on YouTube, right? YouTube, was that?
Yeah.
YouTube, and that's a perfect example why. Like, I know some people done like the Twitters and the Instagrams and all that sort of stuff, but kept on with the YouTube. YouTube is obviously where we broadcast out our media, but that is the sort of thing we are combating. Is things like that. Someone that decided to come in, put a racist comment as his name, me. I've got a screenshot of it, so I will be forwarding it on to the powers that be, and then start calling me a paedophile, and that's the sort of thing anonymously. Nobody would ever find out who he was, and it happens week in, week out, and that's the sort of thing it's a perfect example of why we did it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, mate.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's it, and that's the thing. We've seen it across our channel. We've seen yourself and Ryan get abuse off of Twitter and off of here, and it's I get where some people are coming from. It's a losing battle and all that, but if you don't make a stand, then the companies ain't gonna do anything. Look, I've said before, I don't think the companies will, because it doesn't affect lining their pockets, and at the end of the day, that's all they care about is what brings them money. And until you start hurting them financially, they're not gonna pay attention to it.
But that's what would happen, Scott, because last week it was 3 days. Next time it might be a week, it might be 2 weeks, it might be 3 weeks. They might, all these Premier League clubs and football clubs around the world might say, right, we're all just going to come off it, full stop.
That's it, and that's the thing, and that's when they've got to start. But for me and Graham had this conversation before, and like Graham and we agreed, they should have a moral obligation. Forget about finances; it's a moral thing. You know, look, you shouldn't shut down free speech, and all right, if that's the thing.
How are you you're not shutting down free? This is the thing that a lot of people say. Like a lot of people calling me something last week. I think in our YouTube comments saying that it was point scoring, leftism, and all of that sort of thing. And we're being, I'm not left, I'm not right. I've come from a multi-diverse, the most multi-diverse part of the country in the country, to be quite honest. In the UK, it's a cultural hot pot where I come from. None of my friends, I didn't look at colour, I didn't look at anything like that. There was hate where I come from. It was bred into people. But when I was growing up, it was the people, and like where I come from, and I mean this with great respect. We was all poor. So we all looked after each other anyway.
It's like when we was growing up in the same area, mate, the only colour we worried about was what football shirt people were wearing.
Yeah, exactly. But it's not.
It didn't even come into the full.
But it's not even just that, right? It's that like it's the things that tonight, like, and this is the perfect example. Someone come in here anonymously, nobody will ever find out who he is. And I'm not trying to eradicate free speech. And I'm not trying to eradicate anything like that. You're entitled to come in here, and I'm not even taking away, the right to be anonymous. But there is obviously hate speech that has got laws attached to it. And if you can't, this is what I'm asking. Don't take away the ability to be anonymous, but take the control back by making them verify themselves to the company, not necessarily to everybody in the world, but verify themselves to the companies. So when you get abuse like this and what that guy have written his name, that is a criminal offence. So if anyone that's saying, like, I could see you're fighting a losing battle, fair play, though, guys, no hate, fighting a losing battle, mate. If you stand in a boxing ring and you don't throw a punch, you'll never win. You'll never win. No matter how big the opponent is.
It was like I've said to you, Scott, before, in it, the old can't remember who said it exactly, but the saying was, all it takes for evil to flourish is for good people to stand by and do nothing.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's the sort of. I just started a YouTube channel for my son. He's over the moon. Do you know what, downstairs? That's all he's been talking about all day. Give him a little tweet out this morning. He's got himself 50 subscribers, 500 views for a little game we played. Right? Inevitably, there's going to be hate that comes along with that, because it's inevitable. And I don't want my son to be put off that. He is absolutely buzzing tonight about what he's done on YouTube today. He sees his dad do it week in, week out, and he's always.
I was going to say that, mate. You won't be buzzing when he overtakes us in subscribers.
No, I will. But I'll be over the moon for him, because if he can make a career out of it, he's done better than his old man. But what I'm saying is, if it keeps on going, there will become hate for my 10-year-old son. It's inevitable, and I've got to find a way to shield it. When the fucking pedos and things come along, putting things in his comments, and they will, because they do. I want someone to be responsible for that, and I want someone to take responsibility for that.
I watched it this morning, and it was good to see him sitting there playing, the game with you. And the thing is, you ain't got the comments on, and that's the best thing for a little kid. Don't turn the comments on. No one can comment on it, and he'll just enjoy doing it, and he'll get a buzz out of it. Yeah. When he gets older, if he wants to put the comments on, that's up to Jamie. Let him. But for now, just let him enjoy doing it. Yes. And the thing is, with these people that give hate, there's a part of me that sort of feels sorry for them, because they must have such a sad, pathetic life with nothing going in their life. They've got to sit in their room or wherever, and they've got to make up fake accounts, and they've got to troll people. And this is the sad thing. And you know what? The sooner, listen, you'll never get rid of these people, unfortunately, unless they do something drastic, like Nicky said. Make sure they're verified. You can stay anonymous, you can have a fake name, but as long as these companies know who you are, that if you do troll or you're racist or you criticize someone personally or whatever, they can just track you down and that's it. But anyway, let's get off this subject anyway.
No, I just think, to be fair, right? I agree.
No,
we should get off the subject. I just think it's an important thing to bring up. Not everyone.
Yeah, no, it is important, but us sitting here for the last 15 minutes is sort of giving them a buzz.
It's just that's it. It's just saying that we supported it for our reasons, and that's why we did it. Not to follow.
We're not virtue signaling or
like that. No,
yeah,
exactly.
we're not virtue signaling. We made the decision between the five of us. We all had a vote, and we all voted yes. All five of us. So
Graham voted no.
Yeah, but
you're such a liar. You're such a liar.
He thought it was between John Major and fucking Tony Blair, or whoever it was back in the day. That's how far behind he was. Anyway. Go on, mate. I'll let you go to the next subject.
I don't even know what one is. Scott, you pick one, mate.
Super League.
Yeah, that's all there really is. Week, isn't it? It's the
let's talk about the trolls again. I think the fine come out tonight, didn't it? When they get UEFA, is it UEFA have done 5% of their earnings or something?
Yeah, what they're earning from European competition, they're taking away 5%.
That's
amazing. Nothing will happen. It'll be jogging as normal next season. Nothing will happen. FA won't. Oh.
What happens? So is it 5% of their European revenue?
Yeah.
But I think FA won't do anything.
The thing is, as we said in the group chat before we started, the Premier League can still put out a punishment as well. So it'd be interesting to see what they do. UEFA was always going to be. UEFA was always. I think as well that they've also got a clause in that if they ever try to do it again, they automatically get £100 million fine or something like that.
Right.
Which once again is nothing. That's
if they ever try to do it again, they get £100 million fine. They'll have some fucking sponsor willing to pay that £100 million fine to get them out of it. It's going to cost them nothing. I think it's an absolute fucking disgrace. They are absolutely bottled it. They've bowed to the top. 5%. Every £10 million they earn, they get fined £500,000. They've got players on that a week.
Exactly.
Per week.
Pointless.
Absolutely fucking point. Absolutely fucking bottled
It just goes to show what UEFA are like, because they snuck their little reformat of the Champions League in straight after all the Super League stuff come out, which is, let's be honest, their format isn't much different to the Super League.
Yeah.
And
Super League in all but name.
We've seen UEFA this season can make a stand and sort this game out, and they choose to turn a blind eye to it, and that's what they're going to do. The Premier League are going to do exactly the same. Like I said to you in the group earlier, mate, they'll be underneath them chairman's desks, begging them, kissing their feet, whatever they need to do. Please don't do it again, because we're going to lose loads of money, because that's all they care about. That's all they give a monkeys about, and that's what it is. And that's exactly the same with UEFA. UEFA were never going to punish these teams because they earn them too much money.
That's not what you said in the group chat.
No, that's not what I said in the group chat about kissing their feet. I said something else. But this is a family show.
But it's before 9 o'clock, and it's a family show. So no, but the thing is, I don't care about the integrity of the game. It's just all about how much money they can rinse out of fans, and that's
as I said last week, Gray. Look, at the end of the day, the players, the manager, the fans, it wasn't their fault. It was the owners. So deducting a big points deduction and things like that is only going to affect the players, the fans, and the management.
Yeah, but the thing is,
but then 5% don't really affect the owners, does it? It's just like Abramovich probably took that 5% out of his pocket and said, "Yeah."
The thing is, right, saying it ain't the fan. Me and Scott had this conversation. Like saying, "Oh yeah, it hurts the fans and the players weren't their fault." Berry went out of business. It weren't the fans' fault that the club was.
I know, great, mate. I know.
Sheffield Wednesday down in the administration weren't the fans' fault.
I know.
But
I totally agree with you, Graham. Graham Thompson, I totally agree with you, mate. You're going very red, mate. You're getting very angry. I totally agree with you.
Angry.
100%.
Me.
100%.
I'll be honest. I'd love the Premier League to actually stand up and go, do you know what? You know, we're going to do something bigger than that. But you just know they won't. You just know they won't. 5%.
I'll be honest with you, Scott. If they don't, right? If they don't, we the other club should stand up. Yeah, no, not riot, right? I've got fucking told off for saying about attacking the Chelsea coach the other week. But if they do that, then it's down to the other club to say no, this is not fair, because they've deducted points off of teams for going skint, basically, to try and chase that dream. They don't want, if they don't do anything more than that, they can't hit the richest clubs in the world with little 5% fucking fines and all of that sort of thing. It doesn't mean a fucking thing to them. They need to properly punish them to make sure that it never happens again. UEFA have fucked it, because I guarantee you now, they will do it again.
I think transfer bans should happen as well, because why should they be allowed to get better, by buying the best players? They should be banned for like 2 or 3 seasons from 6 transfer windows.
I think they should have banned them from UEFA competitions for a couple of seasons as well.
But then it affects their revenue in the Champions League. You look at that list of clubs that signed up to it. You take all them out of the Champions League. It affects the revenue, and that's
which just goes to prove they care more about the money than the integrity.
Yeah, you tell them, Gray.
That's all they thought about. That's all the Premier League thought about. Oh, it's going to affect our revenue. It's going to affect our revenue. That's all they. Do
you know? The worst thing is the worst thing about it all, right? Right, they won't do fuck all. But then it's down to, you see all of these protests and all that. The Man United protests, which were, they were mad, mate. I think it was a good thing, really, because they put a stop. They had their eyes on the crowd and just said, I feel a little bit aggrieved that everybody's been sort of like pointing and laughing at us for the last few years, and then all of a sudden everyone else wants to do it, and then they're the heroes and we were the hooligans, which I do find is a little bit I said this on post-match Pint, I find it's a little bit hypocritical, because all of a sudden I just find that a little bit, but I digress. It's a good thing that they're protesting and they're making their voices heard. And the message is good that nothing is without fans is nothing. But they're just letting them get away with it. So if they let them get away with it in the Premier League, then it should be that the other team say no, fuck it. They shouldn't get away. They should refuse to play and things like that, and take the fines and all of that. And fans like us should have to stand up and say no. We're not taking this anymore. They're not walking all over us. I don't care how big they are. I don't care about their histories and all that. Some of them ain't even got histories. You know what I mean? Like, so some of them fucking. I think the World Cup was won since the last time Tottenham won the league. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculous. They should. And if they let them get away with it, it's corruption. It's corruption.
I think you're right, mate. All these owners, it's corruption. All they care about is money and fucking fluff. You know what I mean? That's all these fucking people care about at the top. It's embarrassing.
It is. Yeah. It is, and it's
playing known for a long time.
Yeah, listen, football hierarchy of football's corrupt from top to bottom, and you saw that with the fact that Russia and Qatar have both been awarded a World Cup. And the person that run FIFA for 18 years is still waiting to go on trial. I understand through corruption. He's banned from anything to do with football. And he was the head of the head group that looks after football.
Head of the world governing body. The world governing body.
And you had the FBI after him.
Yeah. This is the time now that football needs, in every country, should have an oversight committee looking into it to make sure that things are done properly. Because at the end of the day, the big clubs will keep getting away with it, because people live in this fantasy world where people only watch the Premier League to watch Man United to watch Liverpool. No one's interested in watching West Ham Burnley. Well, if you're a football fan,
Scott,
you watch that game, West Ham
Scott,
Burnley. What a fantastic game of football it was.
I do agree with you. I will say this. I will say this about the Premier League, right? They bring eyes. The Elrich Gooses up the top. They bring the eyes onto the game. Yeah. They do bring the eyes onto the game. They bring the worldwide audience. There's more people watching a Manchester United Liverpool game than there is watching a West Ham Burnley game. That is. Well,
there wasn't last week.
No, but that's what I'm saying. They do bring eyes to the game, but that doesn't make them exempt from the rules.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That doesn't make them exempt from punishment. And if you're going to set a precedent, I think they deducted Leeds points for going skint in the Premier League, and I think that went into their championship season. You know, there've been clubs relegated. There's been clubs gone out of existence for not having enough money. And then you got these.
Didn't it happen to Wigan last season as well when it relegated them, didn't it?
Yeah, and that was a corrupt owner that they just allowed to come in and take over. Someone tried to come and take over Newcastle a couple of months ago, and they know it would have upset the apple cart. And they was like, no, don't let them buy it. Well, who the fuck are they to say? You know, all of these people. You know, I don't know what the story was behind Newcastle, but apparently they voted against having them buy them. So. That's what I'm saying. You can't just keep on giving these people, like letting them get away with it, and then go. Even down to things like what happens in game, like in games with bans. I remember Manuel Lanzini a couple of seasons ago getting banned for 3 games for diving and winning a penalty against West Brom, and I've seen Mo Salah do it 20 times since. And never be pulled up for it. I've seen Dele Alli do it 15 times since.
All of these players was doing it
Raheem Sterling was doing it at the same time. How could
it with a badge on the shirt, mate? That's what it comes down to.
But that's what we're saying, Grant. And I'm just sick of the corruption. And if they let them get away with it, it was a total ambush. It was trying to fuck everybody, everybody, not just in the Premier League but down as well, because the money. That is generated from the Premier League and the European competitions and all that, although not enough it does get filtered down. They tried to kill the whole fucking league. They wanted to use our top league, our break away and make this fucking Super League with these other teams that need it. They need it. Not they don't want it. They need it. Some of these teams like Real Madrid and Barcelona. And they tried to kill the 150 years worth of history in one swipe like that. Tried to kill it all off, and wanted to use our top league as sort of a warm up for their midweek games. Absolute fucking disgrace. And if they're if there's no punishments taken, then we as fans, and I think what was it, 6 from this country? There's 86 others that should get together and protest against the league for not taking it. And I would expect the fans for them other 6 to take part as well.
Yeah, no, I totally agree, mate. I totally agree.
Newcastle winning. Newcastle winning.
Yeah. See how long that lasts. Come on, the tune.
And the under 23s are winning as well. On the Becku's on the score sheet again.
Goody boys.
Gets in. No, but the thing isn't it? That was I know it sort of came out of the blue, but that was months in the planning. You know it.
You don't just decide. You think they're deciding on a Thursday, went live on a Friday?
But the thing is, like, they've been in meetings with the chairmen of the other clubs. They've looked them in the eye, lied to them.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. But they're always fucking bad as each other. Them chairmans, whether they was in that top 6 or not, they're always bad as each other. All of them.
As you said, mate, rich gooses,
mate. No good.
Exactly. See, if that were, I thought the Newcastle one got poo-pooed due to human rights violations.
Poo-pooed.
But if that's true, then all that shows you it's all about.
I don't think it was just about human rights, mate. I think that was a
spearhead of it.
A spearhead of it, but I think it came down. I think what it come down to is that the clubs voted against it.
Yeah.
About a couple of years ago, I showed you a thing a couple of years ago. When they tried to do this Project Big Picture thing, and what they tried to do then, which was obviously, trying to gain the power. They was trying to get the top 16. I think actually it was 10, wasn't it? and I think we was one of them. The top 10 teams that have been in the Premier League for the longest to have all the power and all the say. And I think there was a lot of talk saying, no, it shouldn't be. And I think we was one of them. It's because 6 outrules 10, and they would have had the power, which is a scary, scary thing.
But didn't they also in that vote that it would be that they wouldn't need the others to vote for him? It was just basically so-called so they could have
it'd be the majority. They would be the majority regardless. There would be 10 teams in it, and they'd have 6.
Yeah, they have to get 14 out of the 20 in there now.
Yeah, but they wanted to reduce it to 10.
10, yeah.
So they wanted 6 out of 10, and which would always be the majority, and it would always go their way.
Yeah, no, Paul saying he's a Leeds fan. Always good to have opposition fans in here. Hope we beat Spurs for you tomorrow, one of the so-called Elite 6. Do us a favour tomorrow, please, Leeds. And by the way, I know it's a little bit going off. How refreshing is it to have Leeds back in the Premier League the way they've played this season? Bielsa, great manager. I'm looking forward to going to Ellen Road next season as well.
See, I watch them, and they're one of them teams. Like 1 week they win 5-0, and then they could just easily lose 5-0 the next week. Like the way they just play. It's all guns blazing. It's fantastic to watch.
No fear, marching on together as they sing.
Yes, but I say it's been great to watch him. I've got to say.
Yeah.
Nicky, Ken Emma says, been looking at your t-shirts on your site. What are your sizings like?
The measurements are on the website. If you go to the website, all the measurements are on there. You can measure yourself up, and you
think going by the t-shirts. I think whatever size you are, if you're a large, order a large. You know, some sites you have to order 1 up or something like that. I think they're great. They're good sizings, to be fair.
Yeah. They do sort of match what the size you're built.
And if not, just do what I've done and get back down the gym. They'll fit in a few weeks or stretch them.
I went back to the gym this week.
I'll be loving it. I was up at 6 o'clock this morning. I was in there, mate. I love it, honestly.
I tell you what, mate. I tell you, you don't know how good I felt after coming out. I got on them. I can't do the running machines. I've got bad knee, obviously. But I got on that thingy. I ain't been to the gym. I'm not joking when I say this, right? I ain't been to the gym. How long ago we go fitness first, right?
15, 20 years ago.
About 15 years ago. No, actually, I was part of the leisure centre after that. It's probably about 10 years I ain't been to the gym for. I just got too fat for it. Couldn't fucking do it, right? And I thought to myself, I'm going to struggle here. And I got on one of them, you know, them things. What's it called?
Cross trainer.
I run 2 miles. And I think that's good going at the beginning. Yeah. I honestly do. I thought, and it wasn't like I struggled. It wasn't like I was fucking breathing out my arse. I done all right, man. And then I started working my back. I started working my arms. I ache, but it's a nice ache. But yeah. Just thought
I try to go at least 5 times a week now. Like at least 5 times. I'm going tomorrow. I'm going Sunday. I always try to have Mondays off. That's me laying day because it's the start of the week, working week. But yeah, I'm in at 6 o'clock in the morning. It's only down the road from me. Perfect.
Mark Sherburne says the machine run 2 miles. I had to push it with my legs, mate. I can't go on the running machines. I've got a bad knee.
So I'm the only one in this channel who doesn't do any exercise now.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Fatty bum.
Yeah, but you're probably the fittest.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to going back to boxing when I can. I'm looking forward to getting back into that.
He says to me, Scott does the line on Sundays, and he goes to me, "You're gonna have to take the flag, my hamstrings again."
Yeah, that was 2 weeks ago. I've done the lines this Sunday, didn't I? I've done it all the way through.
Yeah, only because I was getting ready to go on.
Yeah. No, that's true, but I've still done it.
Lads, just quickly, thoughts on the pre-season news? Celtic pre-season news.
No, West Ham apparently playing Celtic on the 23rd or 24th of July. I think it's actually the 24th of July. Apparently, West Ham are playing Celtic in a pre-season up there. So that'd be a good pre-season game, wouldn't it?
Time, aren't we? We're up that way that weekend.
Who are?
Well,
We are.
well, we're not up that way. We're still quite away from there.
We're up north that weekend.
Where are we going?
Oh yeah, Nick's wedding.
Nick's wedding.
We've got Nick's
yeah.
wedding, haven't we?
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get from Glasgow to Burnley. Like, I ain't really worried about it, Scott. But anyway, it's that time, Scott. It's Graham's favourite time of the week.
Hey! Another Graham, how many haircuts you got left?
Oh, going like that, looking at my hairline, probably 2 or 3.
2 or 3 haircuts. Has my picture gone fuzzy? What's going on?
No, they're all right. I think Graham's one's a bit thingy, but it's all right now.
Boys, I hope you win against Everton on Sunday. Do you think we'll have an audacious Moyes or a conservative Moyes? Cheers from Brazil.
I think we'll have a David Moyes that will go for it. He knows he's got 4 games left now. Scott, we might as well go out there, and if we go out there and attack, and we lose 1 or 2-0, at least we've gone for it. If we sit back and lose 1-0, what's going to happen? People are just going to say, "Oh, Moyes has gone defensive. He don't want it. We don't want Europe." Just go for it. I don't think we're going to finish no lower than 7th now. So just go for it. If we end up finishing 7th and not getting top 4, but we've had a go, just go for it.
Yeah. No, but the thing is, we've got to really win all 4 games now. So there's, like you say, there's no point sitting back and trying to nick a 1-0. You've really got to go for all of them there. And they're all winnable games. So.
No, you are right. That's the thing now. It's a loss is a loss, a win is a win. You're better off there going there to try and win the game than not try and lose the game, if you know what I mean. And that's what we need to see. We need to see the ambitious Moyes, the Moyes that's driven and focused on what he wants to do.
There's no point in holding back. There's no point. No point. He's got to go for it. And if he don't go for it, he's just going to get criticised, which I think would be very sad because we've had such a good season. And I don't want him to lose all that sort of momentum in the last 4. You know what people are like. We don't qualify for the top 4 and he's sort of like not gone for it against Everton or Brighton and we've drawn or lost the game. And then there's just going to people just, I see one geezer every time we lose a game. He puts Moyes out in our watch along chats. It's with like more David Moyes and then puts like sick emojis, and I'm thinking like he only loses a game. We're sitting in like a lot of the season. We've been sitting in 4th.
The thing is, when I see people putting that, like I can understand in the beginning because Moyes wasn't ever, but when they've looked what David Moyes has done in his first full season at West Ham, from when he come in last season, yes, it was a relegation battle, but he kept us up. His first full season, he's got us fighting for top 4, and people still want him out. Let the man build something. Let the man build something in this club. He's exactly what we need. He come in, the first day he come in, right? What was the first thing he done? He brought up all stats and showed the players that they were second from the bottom on every stat, running, everything in the Premier League. Now we're like 3rd or 4th. Every game that's on the telly, when they go to the stands, David Moyes is sitting there watching. What other manager can you say that you've seen do that in his time as West Ham manager?
Pellegrini used to sit in his garden and have a fag.
But this is what I'm saying. So give the man is a football man. He loves football. He had a torrid time at Man United, where the other club, Sunderland, the Spanish club he went. West Ham and David Moyes might be the perfect fit. So just give the man a chance. Get behind him for fuck's sake.
That's the thing. That's exactly it. He seems to be happy. The players believe in him. The players are believing what he's selling, and that's what you need. If the players believe you, the players will go out there and work their ass off, and that's what we're seeing now. We're seeing that they've bought into what Moyes wants to do. And let's hope we can go in the transfer market in the summer, pick up a few more players that are going to believe in what he wants to do and believe in the team, and we push on next season.
It's the difference between now and before. Like the players look like they're playing with a smile on their face, they're enjoying it. There's good unity in the squad.
I just think that sometimes with our fans, some of these fans want a foreign manager and a foreign. So we're just calling Davo fucking Moyes Reno next season. Then, if that's what people want, but just get behind the man. Give him a chance. He's done well this season. Whatever happens in these last 4 games, we have had a great season.
Exactly. That's it.
Yeah,
I agree.
Newcastle 2-0 up, by the way.
2-0 up.
See, now this is the thing. This is where you can't count your chickens, because Leicester would have been hot favourites going into that game. So this is where we got to be very wary when we play these sides.
I think we've been good at that though this season, Scott. I think we've been very good at that.
Yeah, we have.
That Burnley game, man. Like people talk about Burnley. Don't never discount Burnley, because fucking Burnley are a tough side to go to, mate. Ask Roberto. He'll tell you how fucking tough Burnley is to go to. You know what I mean?
Flashbacks. You still have flashbacks, Nick.
Oh, mate, I'll never forget it. We speak about it a lot, which is weird because it's a 3-0 loss. But you know, it was one of the worst fucking games I've ever seen. I've never seen a goalkeeper like it in my life. It was ridiculous. It was honestly. Anyway,
RP Sports, do you agree that next season we need to sign a keeper, a left back, and a striker?
No.
We need more.
I think we need a striker.
We definitely need a goalkeeper.
Do you think so?
Yeah, to challenge Fabianski, I think we do.
Yeah.
I think Fabianski's 35, 36 now, so he's only got a couple more seasons in him, really. I think he needs someone decent challenging him. I love Fabianski. You know, he's one of the best goalkeepers I've seen at West Ham. But I don't think Randolph's good enough to challenge Fabianski. I think Randolph's a decent backup keeper.
Yeah,
but we need someone young, someone in their early 20s that's going to come in and they're going to challenge. I know we've been linked with Sam Johnson at West Brom, who I think would be a great shout for West Ham. I really do. I think he'll come in and challenge Fabianski.
I think personally, with the prospect of European football coming up, I think there's a lot more places we need to strengthen before the goalkeeper.
Yeah. We don't necessarily need to strengthen. I'm with Ryan. We need someone to push Fabianski, but not only push Fabianski, we need to be looking to someone that after a season or two at the club will replace Fabianski. You know, this is my thing with, you know, going into this. We need 2 strikers, right? But we need 2 strikers, and then we've got to be looking for a youngster to replace Antonio, because Antonio's only got a couple of seasons left in him. You know, and you know, we need another midfielder to come in to cover for Noble.
Basically, if we're going to get European football next season, we need about 11 new players to come in.
Would you take?
If you think about it, there's going to be at least 4 or 5 go out the door in the summer. And that's without Haller already gone, Snodgrass already gone. So that's 7 now. You know, so you're looking at probably about. You need a good 6 or 7 players to come in.
Yeah,
the thing is, though, they can't do what they did before, is and just go scattergun and just sign players left, right, so they've got to sign quality. I mean, they've got some quality.
Yeah, priority for me, definitely Lingard. Priority, get him done. He's happy at the club. He seems settled. He seems like he's really got a good bond with the players and the manager. So yeah, get him signed if he wants to. Look, at the end of the day, it's down to Lingard what he wants to do with his career. Does he want to go back to Man United and sit on a bench for a year? He'll probably start a few games. And then he'll just get fizzled out again. Or does he want to come to West Ham, be the main man every week in the starting 11 when he's fit, and keep us fighting at the right end of the table? It's up to it's down to him. What ambitions has Lingard got? What is he? 28, 29 now. So he should be at the peak of his career. He's getting in the England squad still. You know, playing for West Ham. He's back in the England squad, just like Declan Rice. You know, so. They ain't got to worry about that. Back in the old days, players had to move to bigger clubs just to get in the England squad. You don't have to do that no more, because Gareth Southgate, fair play to him, picks on how good you are. It don't matter who you play for.
No. Yeah. This is a good comment here. Would you take this guy on a loan?
Kepa?
No.
Yeah.
No,
yeah. Yeah, Graham, yeah.
Yeah. Fucking what?
He thought that said keeper. Yeah, I'll take a keeper on loan.
No, look, there's worse keepers than him out there, mate.
But there's better keepers than him out there that'll be available.
Are they going to come and be a second? Like, are they going to come and be an understudy?
But if
they're first choice at their club, probably not.
But
they may not be first choice in the club, or their club might be getting relegated. But you've also got to remember, if we get into European competition, the backup goalkeeper will be playing a lot more games next season. That's the thing. You're not guaranteed to come in. If you go and sign a quality keeper, a keeper that's going to push Fabianski, like Ryan was saying, nothing's guaranteed that Fabianski is going to be your number. If Fabianski is start the season number one, but the keeper could come in for a game and be tremendous, and then that's it. He's
like Mendy.
Well, Mendy's just a better goalkeeper than Kepa all round, but I know what you mean.
Kepa's not a terrible keeper by any stretch of the imagination.
You're having a laugh, aren't you?
I think there's a lot of Chelsea fans that disagree with you, right?
Graham, you are having a laugh.
He ain't that terrible.
Who's worse?
Huh?
Who's worse?
I don't really pay much attention to other keepers, but
he had an argument with his manager when the fucker tried to take it. He had an argument with his manager when the fucker was trying to take him off in a cup final.
I love his passion. Sign him up.
Honestly, mate, I don't think he's that terrible.
No,
not as bad as you're making out.
Listen, you're entitled to your opinion, but you're wrong.
Yeah.
Jack says, which one of you would survive longest in a zombie apocalypse? Who would survive longest?
What's a zombie apocalypse?
Like basically, like Walking Dead.
Like if it all kicks off tonight, if he was in bed tonight, he woke up tomorrow, and the fucking world had been taken over by zombies. Everyone was getting eaten, and it was us four left. Who would survive longest?
I don't know.
I'm gonna go out on a whim and say Scott.
Why? Because he's got rat traps.
no, I just think he's more practical. I'm like, he's not worried to get a bit. Like, I'm a bit of a pussy when it comes to things like that. I remember when we used to, like, I know this has nothing to do with zombies, but like, I don't know whether Scott remembers this, but back in the days, man, when me and Scott used to live together in Canby, and he had a girlfriend that had a dog at the time, right? The dog used to stay with us, and we had fucking food in our house, right? I used to like to keep the back door open. Anyway, a mouse got in one day, right? And Scott is I don't know whether you want me to tell everyone what you do for a living, Scott, but he's done like pest control and things for the council, right? And I'm not so bad now because my cat has done a lot, but back in the day, man, I was a bit of a pussy when it comes to like getting my hands dirty and doing things like that, like. And a mouse come in and I see it run behind the fridge. I says, "A mouse here." He goes to me, "Right, I'm not coming home tonight." And I say, "I'm not staying here if like there's going to be a mouse here. I'm not fucking staying here. But you're going to have to come." He says, "No, I'm not coming home." But Graham, what happened there? Graham disappeared like magic. He was dead in flesh. Did he win?
Turning me light on.
Yeah. So anyway, he says, "There's a fucking sticky pad in my car. Go and get it. Put the sticky pad down. It'll get stuck, right?" So I said, "All right." Anyway, I turned the light off, put a crisp behind it. Within 30 seconds, I could hear it squeaking. It was on the fucking pad, right? Turned it on. I was going, "Oh, it's cool. It's going, right, you need to get rid of it now because it'll hurt itself." I was like, "I'm not fucking touching it. I'll leave it for you in the morning. I'm not fucking touching it." Anyway, went outside, but I kept on, when you're getting like anxious and stuff, yeah? I'm like going out in the kitchen, see what it's doing. The fucker's chewing its feet off to try and get off the sticky pad, right? It's chewing his own feet off. And I thought, oh, nah. So I got like a little bit fucking brave, and I picked up the corner of the fucking sticky pad, and it started fucking squirming around. So I chucked it out the fucking door, right? Chucked it out the door, and shut the door quickly. I thought, oh, that's it. About 30 seconds later, right? I fucking looked out the window. I was doing the washing up. I looked out the window, and next door's cat was walking around with the fucking sticky pad stuck to his foot, trying to eat the mouse, like running around in circles. And I never told him. But moral of the story is, I'm a pussy when it comes to getting your hands dirty. And I think when you've got to do things like that, like, when you've got to go in, like, you're scared to put your arm in something in case of something in there. I think Scott would be more willing to do something like that, and I'll be dead within a week.
So what's actually going to kill us then? Zombies or giant mice?
No, zombies. But what I'm saying is, like, when you get to the point where you've
I'll just
survived
open the door and say, "Go away, you're not real."
when you get to the point where you have to like fucking start scrounging for food and shit, I'm not going to be able to get my hands dirty. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I remember you seeing scrambling your dusty cupboard to get a wagon wheel at the back one.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Nick, I've seen something you like. I think it's in Essex somewhere. It's like an old warehouse site. And what you do is like a paintball thing. What you do is it's all dark inside. It's zombies.
Mm.
I think you'd
we'll
like
have a bit of that. We'll have a bit of that.
We'll have to try that. We'll have to go down there and try it out. See if we can film it as well. That'd be a laugh. That will.
Yeah, you can. See, it's on YouTube. I can't remember where it is. It's in Essex somewhere. I can't remember exactly where it is, but it did. Like you pull up in a car and then people dressed as zombies jumping on the car, and you have to shoot your way out of that.
Jump in my car.
I'll tell you something now.
That's knocking all the cunts over and jump on my fucking car.
If I fucking pulled up and then dressed up actors started jumping all over my car, I'll get out and chin them. Fuck that.
Not in your car, obviously.
I'll be like that. Grow up, you fucking peasants. Take the makeup off. You're not real.
Some crappy Sierra you pull up in or something like that, and then they jump all over the motor.
Chris Mills says, "You four and Dan school sports day events. Who wins what?"
I'm winning the egg and spoon.
I reckon
there's no competition for that.
I reckon I could win the sack race.
Yeah, that's Mourinho in it. Hey!
Boom! Ryan's it. Knock it out the ground.
Yeah, that's it, mate. You line them up, I hit them. Boom!
Egg and spoon. What are you winning, Scott?
Trying to remember some more. Sack race, the three-legged race, I'd win.
Yeah, me and Scott could do the three-legged race.
Three-legged race. There we go. What about Dan? What would Dan win?
He ain't take score. I don't know what he'd win.
I've seen a lot of people asking about the boxing tomorrow. Canelo versus Saunders. I know you boys ain't interested, so I'll quickly get that. Who I think is going to win tomorrow? It's going to be one hell of a fight. The longer the fight goes on, I think Billy Joe and Nicky.
Billy Joe Saunders.
It's going to be a very difficult fight. I want to say Billy Joe. I really do. I really hope he does it as well because I think it'd be great. But Canelo's one hell of a fighter. It's going to be a tough fight for him, especially being out there as well. So he's got to do it. He's got to. I think he's got to stop Canelo because if it goes points, it's going to go Canelo's way. Billy Joe won't get the decision out there.
Have they changed the ring, right? Weren't the ring?
No. I think it was a bit of all. It's a 22-foot ring. And I think what Billy Joe Saunders, I think they wanted to change it to like an 18-foot ring or something. And it's people were saying there Billy Joe's not on his level, and I can sort of understand why you'd say that. But I think Billy Joe, it's an opportunity of a lifetime for him tomorrow, and he's just got to leave everything in the ring when he walks out. If he walks out, he's been defeated, but he's give everything tomorrow night. You can't argue more. I hope he does it, but I think Canelo's one hell of a fighter.
Okie dokie. Yeah, I agree.
You're up to Dan Embers. Myth or true, Scott? Do we have super rats in London? I've never seen a super rat. I've only ever seen a rat.
What is a super rat?
I think you ever seen it. It wears a cape and it flies and it fights crime.
Is that Danger Mouse's enemy or what?
We have a lot of big rats in the sewers. A few years back, there was these massive giant rats found, I think, up in Birmingham, and they were Argentinian swamp rats, and they were somebody's pet that they then released, and that's why they turned up in the sewer system and stuff like that. But we have a lot of rats, and we have a lot of big rats, especially if you go down into the underground and proper into the sewers. You'll see some pretty, probably the size of Nicky's cat that you saw crawling across the screen earlier on. So, but there's not a super rat, no.
Oh, there is. Stuart Jenkins says, "Where's all the football chat gone pear shaped since you had the question about zombies?"
I agree.
That's what Ask Us Anything's about. You can ask us absolutely anything.
You can ask us anything. If you want to ask about zombies, you can ask about zombies.
Yeah, I think if you're new to the show, what we do is we usually do the first hour of talking West Ham and football stuff, and then we just have a little bit of a Friday night chill out where we just have a bit of a laugh. So, but we still get football questions popped in. So if you've got one, put it in.
Yeah, put it in and we'll answer it. Ask us anything.
Ask away. Ask away.
Tenable or tipping point?
Ooh, tough choice.
I don't like tipping point anymore. Is tipping point the one with the coins?
Yeah, with Ben Shepherd.
Like
it's basically a game show based around a bleeding arcade game.
Yeah. I do like Tenable. I do like Tenable. We should have a go at that. I don't think we do very well, but we should have a go.
So what is it? I don't even know what that is.
They'll have a question, and it'll be, I don't know, like name the first 10 countries in Africa in alphabetical order, and you have to get the 10 to, once you get to I think 5, you get £1,000, and you get into the final. And if you get 10, I think you get 25 grand, something like that, each person. So you have 10. So you have a team of 5, and everyone has to answer one question each. So you got to get your 10. Just in the final.
Just give me a ring when you do catchphrase or blockbuster.
I agree.
Gray, what do you prefer?
To be honest, I've never seen Tenable, so
Krypton Factory prefers.
No, like what's the is it impossible?
That ain't the question, Graham. It's Tenable or tipping point.
Tipping point. Come on.
I'm saying tipping point because I've never seen Tenable, so
Here we go.
I used to like tipping point, but it got a bit old in the end. It's just
I agree with this one. Smash the like button if you missed us last week. The likes really help us out, and while you're there as well, if you don't subscribe, hit the subscribe button as well. It's only 2 clicks. Like and subscribe. 2 clicks, and you can join us on this journey of West Ham Fan TV.
We're getting there, boys.
And positive Pat.
Lisa Mace, where is your shop?
Stuart Jenkins says you never announced Ask Us Anything as you normally do. Wait. You never announced Ask Us Anything as you normally do. Yes, we did, and it's at the bottom of the screen, scrolling across. Look.
We did. In fact, I think Graham said it, didn't he?
Ryan said it's your favourite part of the show, and then I said, yes.
It's such a perfect day.
Somebody said, sorry, did you have a comment?
Harmonise. What?
Did you have a comment? Did someone have a comment?
No, go on, mate.
I had found one. One has to go, and this is good. This is going to have very, very no. One has to go. Right,
I'll get your coat. Yeah,
wine,
your coat.
Spirits, or beer. What goes?
Beer.
Wine.
I don't know. It's a tough one because I like all three. But I have it like you have to be in the mood for certain ones. Like I'll probably say spirits.
What?
Honest. Yeah, no, because I like. Listen, call me what you want, but I like a glass of wine, and I like a beer. So listen, people have got their choices in life. I like a glass of wine. It is what it is.
Yeah, I like a spirit and a beer, but I like a glass of wine. I do like a drop of wine. And then, right, if you give that up, we can't have the cheeky JDs at the bar in Leicester.
No, but we can on weekends because that question was only between Monday and Fridays.
I'm getting rid of wine for me. Can't stand it, so yeah, it's wine.
Listen, 25 days Scottish grapes is fruit.
Dealer's choice.
I've got to plug my thing in, otherwise it's going to go off. 1 second. I've got to plug
Nicky,
that in.
he's dodging the question.
Dennis Cole said, "I'll keep all 3 and get rid of the missus."
I'm about to turn my light off because the laptop's going to go off. Right.
What's happened?
Oh, leave it out, Gray. Leave it out, mate.
What's that?
Lisa's saying all of it is the devil's drink. I agree, Lisa. I agree.
I would get rid of wine because I fucking hate wine. I hate it. I can't stand it. I think it's absolutely. It's just shit blackcurrant in my eyes.
Yeah, but you're buying cheap wines. That's what happens when you buy cheap Ponzi wines,
No,
mate. You got to spend over £3 a bottle, mate.
No, I would never do that.
Exactly. That's why.
I just don't like wine. I've never liked it. But I would quite easily give up beer. But spirits, I'd never give up.
But why would you give up beer if you don't like wine? Surely you just give up the wine. Then give up one. So you're giving up two.
Yeah, that's it. Just give up the wine.
I'll give up the wine then. I'm just saying. But
Anyway, look, let's get back to proper questions here. Neil Walker's asking, which famous West Ham fan would you like to interview?
Ooh.
I think me and Ryan may have the same one here.
No, go on then, who?
Ray Winston.
No. Done that. I've already done that, Gray, on the red carpet. Sorry, mate.
I ain't, no. I ain't.
I'm joking. Yeah, obviously I'd love to do a nice long interview with Ray Winston, like a proper one. Proper one. But there's not really, I don't know.
Matt Damon's a West Ham.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
I would like to do Triple H.
Oh yeah, what about interview him?
I won't bother.
Just go straight in for the kiss.
I would like to do Triple H. Look, I was a wrestling fan back in the days, man. Triple H was one of my top. I'd love to do Triple H, but it probably never happen.
Could it be living or dead? Does it have to be someone alive or?
I would say alive, Scott, because an interview with a dead person would be pretty boring.
Well, you know what I mean. Like if you could go back and
Have you got a DeLorean?
No.
Then no.
Okay.
Who would you go for, Ryan?
I'm trying to think. It's a difficult one, isn't it? I don't know. Maybe just to find, because obviously he's got links with like Cass Pennant and that, and West Ham. Frank Bruno would be a good one. I'd like to interview Frank Bruno.
What about Lennox Lewis, right?
Yeah, Lennox Lewis as well. Fan, but I think Frank Bruno's got more of a connection with West Ham, and he still goes sometimes. So, but a lot of people saying Graham. I'd like to interview Graham as it goes. Just me and Graham. A packet of Doritos, chili sauce, naked on a sunrise.
Russell Brand.
Bit of salsa dip. Yeah, bit of salsa dip.
Russell Brand.
Oh, imagine that, Gray.
I am hungry.
What about Chris Akabusi?
We've interviewed Chris a couple of times.
Done that, Gray.
Yep.
Yeah, I ain't. No.
Katy Perry, the Queen. Yeah, it's a good one. Barack Obama.
I was thinking him, but then I don't think you really know a lot about West Ham. I think he just jumped on it and just said the first team that come into his head.
Apparently, he used to go. It's been a couple of times.
His sister support us?
I don't know, mate.
I don't know.
I do not know.
Scott's is Mia Khalifa.
No.
John Cleese would be a good one.
Yeah, John Cleese.
No Edmonds. Would you like to do deal or no deal? We should try and get No Edmonds. No Edmonds is a West Ham fan. We could get him to do a West Ham deal or no deal.
They should get No Edmonds in on transfer deadline day. Deal or no deal. And he opens the box. And little David Sullivan's in there. He goes, deal.
Yeah, when there's a sign, he goes, there's a deal.
And when there's no deal, he opens it and David goes, no deal. He shuts the box.
Steve Harrison, one I was going to say, if it was dead, Alfred Hitchcock. He was
Scott. He's dead.
That's what I just said. If anyone through history would have been interested in interviewing him.
Why? What do you know about?
If you're going to go through history then, Scott, I'll interview Anne Boleyn.
But what would you have in common with Alfred Hitchcock? What could you ask him?
They would both going bald. And Scott wears a top hat when he goes out on a night out.
I just think it'd be interesting, and a bit random.
Yeah,
okay.
that's
All right.
a good one.
No, all right, that's your okay. He's dead though.
Yeah, I know.
So,
I know.
yeah.
Warren Mitchell.
He was Spurs
but
fan,
Warren
mate.
Mitchell was a
Spurs
Tottenham
fan,
fan, wasn't he? So
Spurs
Alf Garnett in character would be a good one.
I've got it in
Kieran
character,
Knightley,
yeah.
I forgot about Kieran Knightley. Yeah, she's West Ham.
Matt Damon. Stone Cold Steve Austin, he's West Ham fan.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that when he come to the game and it was 0-0 at half time against Fulham and he come out and he give his little speech and he went, "If you want to see West Ham open the can of whoop ass on Fulham, give me a hell yeah." And no one said anything and we lost by 0. Oh, fucking hell.
Do you know what? I met him the day after that. I went and met him.
I've still got
the day
the signed
after that.
DVD you got me.
Yeah, I went
I
and met him.
found that the other day as it goes.
Yeah, I got one as it happens. I got one downstairs. I went and met him the day after that, and I blamed him.
There's one for you, Scott. There's one for you, David Grohl.
Yeah, I was just going to put that up. Forgot he's
Oh, that would be a good one. Yeah, that would be a good one. I'd like to do that one actually. Yeah, fuck Triple H, Dave Grohl.
See how quick he turned his back on Triple H, like when you know what I mean?
It's like when when he turned his back on DX.
We had Nibble and Sip, and I'm just Nibble now. Sip's gone.
It's an interesting one. RP Sport. The whole West Ham squad are in the Hunger Games. Who wins and survives?
Ooh.
Kufal.
We was talking about this.
I was going to say Kufal as well.
I think I've seen the first Hunger Games, and I don't really. It's just like an aggressive sports day, isn't it?
It's a bit more than an aggressive sports day, mate.
It's just like, I'm not really into them films, but I'd go if I had to pick someone from the squad who I think would survive. I'd have to go fucking Sue Fowl, mate. I reckon he'd just kill everyone.
That's what me and Scott just said. Yeah.
He's just got like a death stare, man. No one even go near him. They're like, "No, you win." Okay. They just lay down and pretend they're dead.
He's probably like the nicest one of the lot.
It just give him the 1,000-yard stare and that'd be it.
I don't know. I reckon Antonio takes some beating.
Yeah, but
in a Hunger
he'd
Game,
probably pick up an injury like after the first game and he'd be out for the rest of the
that can happen as well. If he ain't got any sponsors, he is fucked. He don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
No, I don't, but it sounds fun.
Let's turn the question around. Ask me anything and I'll answer it, but you have to make sure you remember my name so you know my answer.
Well,
okay.
his name sort of sounds that. I don't think we'll get anyone else confused. Theodore the Pussycat.
All right, ask him anything, Gray.
I don't know.
I'll ask Theodore. What is your PIN number? Your bank details.
Come and check your bank account details and sort code.
Would Theodore the Pussycat survive in a zombie apocalypse?
Here's one for Theodore the Pussycat. Why do you subscribe to our channel and why do you follow us?
Oh,
what is it that you like about us?
Mark and Nicky, would you take Haller back for the last 4 games? I wouldn't take Haller back for the last 4 games if we was a player short and it meant we forfeited all 4 games. To be honest,
stupid. I tell you what, Nick, you got to get over your obsession with Haller.
No, I'm sorry.
I'm not being funny, right? Before you went away and I come round your house, I went upstairs to go to the toilet. I looked in your room and you had a Haller poster on the wall. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you had a shirt with his number on it. You know it.
What number was he, Gray?
I don't know. Mate, I can barely remember who plays what number for the Sunday team. When me and Scott are managing, I have to keep asking people what number they're playing.
It's the last game of the season this week, isn't it?
Yeah, last one.
Yeah.
Both teams at home as well.
But we might have to play for the reserves yet.
Dan the Man. That's not Dan Lawless, is it? No, it's definitely not. He wouldn't give us a tenner. Have a beer on me, lads. Come on, you irons. What a season so far. Thank you, Dan.
Thanks,
Thank you very much.
When we get back, we'll make sure your tenner goes in the whip.
I think we're looking to go last game of the season. I think we're looking to get together for something. Did we speak about that? Yeah.
No, not yet, but we'll talk about it after.
Oh, I thought we already had. I'm so sorry.
West Ham fan all the way from Louisiana, USA. If Juventus price Weston McKenna at 30 million, could we be in for him?
No.
I don't even know who he is.
I don't know who he is either.
Never heard of him.
No.
I thought Scott was being set up then. I was waiting for him to read it out.
That's why I read it very slowly.
Yeah. I thought you went a bit slow when you got to his name.
I can't say I've not watched much Italian football. Oh, yeah. Theodore the Pussycats, come back with your answer, right?
Read it out then, Scott. You got to read it. That's the rules.
I love the passion you all have for the club. You all make me laugh on a Friday, and I love West Ham. And Graham, I won't survive the zombies because I wouldn't know what to do. Cheers.
Because he's got 9 lives. He's got 9 lives, so he'll be all right. He's got nine chances to get away from them.
I'll be like
if West Ham,
Shaun of the Dead.
How old's Ryan? Where's Jimmy Walker?
Nick, hold that one a minute. That Richard B says he's an American prospect.
Okay, I'll have a look later.
We'll have a butchers at him.
Yeah,
Richard B. What the fuck? What did you do that
I've
for?
got it back. There you go.
If West Ham disappeared, who would you support instead? I don't think I would.
Thames Ironworks.
Yeah, I think probably. I wouldn't. I don't think I would. Is it like they've never existed,
or if they just stopped tomorrow?
Or if they just stopped tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, if they say they just stop tomorrow,
I wouldn't. I don't think I would.
I don't think I'd have any other loyalties to a football club like I do West Ham. But I think what I'd do is I'd sort of travel the country and just watch different games in all levels and different leagues and that.
Go and watch a bit of non-league.
Yeah, it's probably what I'd do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Non-league, you can go and watch, all different types of football. But I'd never have a loyalty to another club.
No.
I wouldn't let any other club affect me the way West Ham do.
Yeah. So if they stop tomorrow.
Yeah, no, I'll just carry on. I'll probably just carry on going football, but just choose what games I want to go and just enjoy different levels of football.
But it wouldn't get me like West Ham have.
Probably skim me out.
People saying they'd support Dagenham, Ilford United, Dagenham Redbridge, Leighton Orient, Bristol, East Ham, Harlow FC, Bristol Rovers.
Mark Seven says, go and watch Southend then on league next year. I remember, do you know what? I'll never forget about Southend when they was like championship and all of that sort of thing. Scott did not stop banging on about this player, Freddie Eastwood. He would not shut up about him. It was his favourite player in the fucking world. Every week it'd be mentioning Freddie Eastwood. He gets like that, Scott, sometimes.
Thing is, though, because I work with a Southend season ticket holder. I've been going Southend since the 70s, home and away. And he was saying today that they might not be getting relegated because of the National League haven't finished their season or something. And there's a dispute that why should they go down and someone gets promoted when they haven't completed their season. So I don't know, but it's sad times for Southend because I remember them beating Man United in the Carling Cup a few years ago.
Yeah.
It wasn't too long ago. We was playing them in the Championship.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, the thing is, right? I remember early '90s when we were down in the second division. We was playing them, and they were sniffing. They were sniffing around sort of playoff spots at that time as well.
Yeah,
So it's sad to see a club drop through the leagues like that.
Mm-hmm. It is. But it's,
don't forget as well, another connection. Bobby Moore was manager there.
Mm-hmm.
He was.
Mm.
But it's
always
sad. But I mean, as well. I mean, look at Grimsby. I think they got relegated as well, weren't they? I remember losing to them in the FA Cup in the '90s. And again they were when they had Brian Laws as manager, and they were
Yeah, but
sort
that ain't
of
saying
playoff.
fuck all, bro. We've lost to loads of clubs, mate. Non-league clubs. We nearly got beat by Emily once.
No, but I mean, but the thing is, they were at that time they were sort of top half of the or what is now the Championship sort of club, you know. And Cambridge as well.
I think. Excuse me. I think Sheffield United, Sheffield Wednesday, sorry, are struggling with something. They're talking about points deductions for them, aren't they? I don't know whether
they play Derby tomorrow, and it's basically like winner stays up or something.
Yeah,
the last game of the Championship, isn't it?
Oh, is that Rotherham? Rotherham and Derby, I think.
I don't know.
Sheffield Wednesday.
Sheffield Wednesday got relegated last weekend.
Scott, I'm not being funny, mate, but I don't look down further than 5th place in the Premier League at the moment, mate. I'm only looking up.
Ken Emma said we beat Emily 2-1, Nicky. Yeah, I remember, mate. I was there.
Yeah, I remember that. Remember that? You remember it pissed down the rain just before kickoff?
I was so cold, man.
And then it so cold. I remember we went 1-0 up after about 5 minutes, and I was sitting there thinking, this is going to be nice little. And all of a sudden they equalised. Craig Forrest come running out, fucking missed the ball, and they equalised. But
they played well that day.
Yeah, Johnny Hartson scored the winner, didn't he, that day?
Yeah, it was late.
Yeah, that was late on as well, wasn't it? That was quite late.
Yeah, really late.
But no, I remember that. Emily got a standing ovation, didn't they, off the pitch at the end? Because Charles is still wearing
whatever hair he's got left is attached to the hat. It comes as a package deal.
I remember the first time I see Charlesy without a hat. I walked past him, I was like, all right, mate. And I was like, fuck, it's Charlesy.
I thought when I see him without an hat, I thought it was the bloke from the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Mr. Burns.
It seems to me.
I love him. Yeah, I was cold. Yeah, the Emily Day, man. I'll never forget that, because it was. I tell you what I remember about that Emily Day, right? It was in early January, obviously FA Cup time, and I'd got you remember the pony tracksuit? It was like a navy blue pair of tracksuit bottoms and a sort of a claret top, and it had like a square claret pony thing there, and a claret top with a sort of stripe. I can't fucking remember, but it was that. Anyway, I got it for Christmas, and I thought it was nice and bright when I went out, and I thought I'll wear that. I don't need a coat. It was a little bit chilly, but I thought I don't need my coat because I got the coat as well for Christmas as well. I thought I don't need my coat. I'll wear my tracksuit. That'd be warm enough. And then we got there, and out of the fucking blue, I don't know what it was. It fucking and I used to sit at the front of the Bobby Moore stand. It fucking hammered it down for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, 10, 15 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I got absolutely fucking battered in at the front. I got absolutely soaked through, and then the sun just before they come out on the pitch, the sun come back out, and it was warm again. But by then I'm soaking wet, and it's January. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like sitting there like that, like fucking freezing my bollocks off for the rest of the game. Yeah.
I remember that. They pissed down, yeah. I remember that.
No, it didn't happen, bro.
I do remember him played well that day.
Rusty says, who runs Emma's news? The stories on there are so crap. I don't know, mate.
What's that on Twitter?
Must be. Don't know, mate. I don't know who runs that. Don't know a lot of people that runs these accounts, to be fair.
What was the one about the Man U game? The cup game?
I didn't see it.
One that was up before that.
I didn't.
That was the last game at Upton Park was the Man U FA Cup game. Do you remember it?
T36, yeah. Yeah, we were all there.
Yeah, we was all there for that one, weren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fucking horrible that day.
Yeah, I really thought we was going to win it.
I thought Czech had grabbed that equaliser.
Dan, it's saying it's 5 years this Monday since the last game of the Boleyn. How quick has that gone?
Yeah,
how crazy, how quick has that gone? Mental.
Mm-hmm.
Mental.
41 years since we last won the title.
41 years since the FA Cup as well. Crazy. But yeah, 5 years already since the Boleyn.
Mad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gone so quick. I still remember it like it was yesterday.
Yeah. I didn't realise that was May 10th. It's my baby's due date.
Is it?
Yeah, Monday.
You fucking love it.
You on Monday.
Man.
So I said she done well to keep Cody in, so I could get to that last game at Boleyn. So yeah, we'll
I think
see.
as I watch EastEnders, I think I'll answer this one. I'll go round. So I'll say Nicky Mitchell's, Scott the Bills, Graham the Cottons, and I'm the Carters.
I can't argue with that.
What one was I?
Cotton.
Funky Pigeon saying, who runs that West Ham fan TV?
Hello, Mark.
Hammer's chat.
What? Who runs that West Ham fan TV wannabe channel Hammer's chat? Fucking Jimmy Cranky. It's fucking Gio. To be fair, they've done really well.
Yeah, they do a good job. Look, we get on well with Hammer's Gio and that. There's no issues between us, and we always get on well with them. They get on well with us. Well, some of them do. But yeah, no, look, Gio's a top bloke.
Yeah, no, they're good lads.
Right. Are we finishing?
funkypigeon.com. Well, no, because we haven't even give our predictions yet for the Everton game, so we'll quickly do that.
All right,
5 minutes of that. Scott, I know we're going to go more in depth as we do on the big match build-up show, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to be a tough game,
I'm on the bench if needed for that one, right? I'm on the bench for that one. If Scott has to dash off.
Scott, if Sam can hear, tell her to hold out for a little while. Graham, I'm only joking. You know, I'll message you after and apologise.
I've told Graham he's my understudy.
Don't hit me.
He's on standby as my understudy.
Scott, I'm Randolph to Scott's Fabianski.
we're going to the pub after the game on Sunday, right? And I said to Graham earlier, I said, right, I've got to be back by 3:00, so I'm ready to go live with Ryan at R3. And he went, oh yeah, that's all right. And I went, yeah, you've got to be back at 3:00 as well, just in case I have to bail out.
That's all right. I can go solo if Graham's not available. I've got my graphics. I've got my graphics.
I'll be around.
Yeah, Nicky's there if I'm that desperate. That's my new T-shirt, Nick. Get me a new T-shirt. I've got my graphics. Yeah, no, either Nicky or Graham's available, Scott, if you have to shoot off. But yeah, no. Anyway, it's gonna be a tough game. We know that it's a massive game. We spoke about it at the beginning, but I fancy us. I really do. I really think West Ham are going to turn up on Sunday and just go for it. And I think when you look at the two teams, I think we're the better team. I think we've got the better players, technical players as well. And listen, they've got some great players. Richarlison's a good player, you know. I sound a bit like I read that then, didn't I? Yeah, good player. But no, honestly, I fancy it. I fancy us. Fancy a nice little 2-0 victory.
Oh, yeah, I'll say 2. I'm more confident than I usually am going into a West Ham Everton game. So I'm going to go 2-1.
Go on, Scott.
Come on, Mr. Preview.
Shaky 1-0 win.
You said that the other night and we played the absolute bollocks.
I know. Keep proving me wrong and just go in there and smash them. But yeah, it's gonna.
Remember when Scott used to say on every preview we was gonna win, and we used to lose every week. Like if we went by Scott's preview, we'd have won 5 titles by now.
If we'd have fucking gone by Mark Norrison's predictions, we'd have been relegated to fucking to below Thames Ironworks.
West Ham never won for about 10 games and we had City away and Nicky Scott was like, yeah, we can nick a 1-0. Oh, I fucking love it.
Always the optimist, and that's why.
I think 3-1.
What, Everton?
No, West Ham. I think 3-1. I agree with you, mate. I think Everton are good on the road. We've already beaten them this year. We've got to keep our eye on their midfield. Their midfield can cause us all sorts of problems. But and obviously Calvert-Lewin on his day can be he could be the match winner. But I just think when I watched us play Everton last, I thought we dealt with him quite well. I thought we had the better of the midfield that day, and I just fancy this. I think Everton are 2 up and down, and I just fancy us to get the victory.
I fancy Thomas Souček to score as well on Sunday.
He's scored in a while, hasn't he?
I think it's going to be that type of game where we're going to get a lot of crosses in. We're going to have to depend on people getting in the box and winning the headers. And obviously we've got Mickey Antonio up there who's going to run them ragged. But yeah, I fancy Souček to get on the score sheet on Sunday.
I think if Rice starts, I think Souček will score.
Who was it? Did Mickey play in the game against Everton before?
What, at their ground?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. Because Souček scored
Whoever
the
it
winner,
was, they give that defender, that Mina, a fucking terrible time.
Mm-hmm.
They give him a terrible time. And we want more of that because if they get shook at the back, they get shook at the back, Everton. Like they could be really fucking ropey. So yeah, give him some more of that. I feel more confident with Antonio there than I do without him. Yeah. That's it. I think 3-1.
Yeah. So we're all going for the win.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So incoming.
Yes, we are.
Nicky will be like that. Everyone, welcome back to another edition of Post-Match Pint. We lost fucking 4-0 at home to Everton.
Rooney scored again, even though he ain't played for about 3 years.
Rooney scored and fucking Don Hutchinson got sent off.
Oh, there's one for you, Roy. I was watching this morning. Just quickly before we go. What did you think of Jake Paul and Floyd Mayweather? Did you see this shit?
Do you know what? It's an embarrassment.
3-0 Newcastle.
Nick,
sorry.
It's an embarrassment to the sport of boxing. There's people that train their life to get these sort of big fights, and they put their life, and you get this bloke like. I mean, and the thing is with Floyd Mayweather as well is that I know he's a showman. We see him going to the WWE. We've seen him fight Conor McGregor, and look, he's all about the money. He's not called Money Mayweather for a reason. Do
you not think that's a bit disrespectful to the sport though, right? That he keeps dreaming himself out of retirement.
The thing is with Floyd Mayweather, what we got to realise is that he can only really hit someone with gloves on because when his hands are so brittle when they've been over the years, and that thing yesterday was a big publicity stunt for me. I think one of the bodyguards might have clumped that Jake Paul.
He definitely got a good hiding.
Yeah, it's an embarrassment to the sport of boxing, and people, I know boxers that work full time as scaffolders, but they're still pro boxers. They never get that break. And you get someone like Jake Paul who's going to go in and earn 50, 60, 70 million dollars. It's ridiculous. It's embarrassment to the sport of boxing, and I can see why Eddie Earn and people like that get involved because it's just like football, mate. With boxing, it's all about money, and they don't care who they hurt. They don't care. They don't care about these boxers. All they want is the promotion, the money, and I hope Floyd Mayweather knocks him out because didn't he have a fight with the was it the Japanese kickboxing bloke? And it lasted about 40 seconds. It's ridiculous.
The thing is, I saw it. It's I don't know why these people are into it's as you say, it's money. And
he took his fucking hat off him.
But that's what I'm saying. He took his hat off like you're in school. It was like he's having a confrontation with him. He's fucking in his face. Do you want to fight me? Do you want to fight me after you fought him and all that? He's like, I'll fucking give you.
I remember
he took his hat, got your hat, and run off.
And that's what it's come to. I remember back in the days watching the proper tear-ups when I remember David Hay bottling Chisora and things like that, and this is just an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment. I mean, I watched the McGregor fight because it was just of interest, but I won't bother watching that prat. Him and his brother, they're both a pair of prats, but they're smart and they earn the money.
Yeah, and that's it, mate. And that's the thing. And like you said, that's why people like Eddie Earn jump on board.
See, the thing is, boxing. For me, I've not been a massive fan of boxing all my life. It's never really grabbed me the way sort of like other things have grabbed me. And the thing is about boxing, I think personally, because it's meant to be like historically, it's meant to be like the gentleman's sport and all of this sort of thing. It's meant to be like integrity and all of that sort of thing. And obviously you've got to be a fucking hard bastard to do it. But I think there's too many people willing to pimp it out for money. And I think I honestly think Floyd. I've never liked Floyd Mayweather. Even when he was boxing, I never liked him. He was a good boxer, and it was good to watch and all of that. But it's always about money all the time. Like money. Isn't that, as Ryan said, his name Money Mayweather. So like,
sorry, mate.
These people should be in it.
I literally just got a message off my mate Geordie Ryan. He's just written, "You're welcome." I said to him, "Thank you, mate." But yeah, go on, mate. Go on.
Yeah, I just think there's too many people willing to pimp that whole sport out. The whole sport. There's too many people willing to pimp it out and take the money. Like that should be like do what McGregor done. He tried. You know, these two kids are running around trying to find the biggest boxers. You know, it doesn't matter if they lose; they're going to get a fucking big payday because they're sort of stars in their own right.
Mate, Mayweather, just like he done with McGregor and the other, he will hold back. If you let Mayweather go full on this geezer, he'd kill him. He would kill him.
It's a big old lump, though, right?
No, I don't care, mate. I don't care. Mayweather is one of the greatest boxers to ever step in the ring, and he would, if he wanted to, he'd kill him. He could. This bloke, this Jake Paul, is taking it as a joke. Boxing is not a joke. You know, people get. You look what happened to Watson. You know, it's not. It's people die in the ring. It's not a joke. It's fucking. And you got people like that who just making a mock of a great sport. You know, it's a shame. It's a shame that the powers above let this happen. But it's money, isn't it? It's money at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think there's enough money in the sport without letting it happen, though, right? It's not a poor man's sport, is it?
It's like all sports been that way now, though, Nick. It's all about the money. Don't matter whether it's cricket, rugby, boxing, football. It's all just about money now.
That's it. It's cashing in on the popularity. When you look at people like the two brothers, you look at like KSI, who's done boxing as well. People like Eddie Earn see the millions of people that follow.
Yeah, but the thing is with KSI, mate, KSI fought another YouTuber. He didn't call out Mayweather and things like that.
No, but that's not what I'm saying. Is that's why the Eddie Earns of the world get on board with it all, because of the massive following that people like KSI have.
Of course,
like you said, KSI didn't go and stand and Nick Floyd Mayweather that. He fought another YouTuber. You know, but with these others, you know, like I said. The one was it the same one that set fire to the Irish flag, calling out Conor McGregor? You know,
the kid that's fighting Mayweather couldn't even beat KSI.
No,
he fought him twice. He's fighting Floyd Mayweather.
It's crazy, absolutely crazy.
No. It is ridiculous, and as I said, it's just making a mockery of a great sport, and it's making a mockery of all these great boxers that have put their life on the line every time they get in a ring. And tomorrow night we'll see a proper fight, Canelo and Billy Joe Saunders, and then we can look forward to Fury and Joshua in a few months' time. And you know, let's just watch proper boxing instead of that shit.
I must admit, though, Ryan, I'm with you with the proper boxing, but I do want to watch this fight. I'm interested to see this one because these two guys don't like each other.
Oh, that's
the world's strongest man.
Is that the strongest man?
Yeah.
Imagine getting in the fucking middle of them two cunts. Fuck that.
They've done. I'll tell you something. They're taking it serious. They're proper training. They've dropped a lot of weight.
Yeah, I've seen it.
And you know, Bill Thor looks massive. He's fought a couple of ex-boxers as well. You know, people sort of like towards the end of the career to do training.
I don't give a shit, Scott. If you're ex-boxer, I would never step in the ring with a man that size. That's ridiculous.
He's had a sparring session with Conor McGregor as well.
That's ridiculous. Conor McGregor wouldn't be able to reach him.
The thing is, when you say because he's a big bloke, don't always mean he can box.
I don't mean he can box, mate. But I tell you what, if he caught you with one fucking swing of his arms are like tree trunks.
Listen, growing up doing the boxing and training gyms, I always got told there's never no muscle in your jaw. You know what I mean? So if you hit someone right,
Yeah.
they go down.
But when you're 7'2", mate, you got to reach the fucker first before you reach
Listen,
the
mate,
jaw.
I've seen big men go down like in a ring before.
Oh yeah, what films you been watching?
No, that's it. It'll be an interesting one to see. Will be an interesting one to see because they are both taking it serious. You know, they're not. It's a publicity stunt in a way, but they both really don't like each other.
No,
so, that'd be an interesting one.
Scott, take us out tonight. Graham agrees. Right, Scott, you can take us out tonight.
Right, everyone, thank you very much for watching. Thank you, everyone, from in the chat getting involved, asking us questions. Before I go any further, thank you, Roy May Jr., for the super chat, $10. Cheers from the golf course, boys. As always, appreciate everything you all do. Now be quiet. I have to putt.
It's like 9:30 in England. Like it's freezing cold out, and Roy's on the golf course in Texas.
Watching us.
What a life.
Watching us.
Living the dream.
Watching us. You know what I mean? I bet it's nice and warm out there as well.
I bet it's fucking 4-0 Newcastle.
You're kidding me.
The hell.
They ain't fucking about.
That ain't doing Leicester's goal difference any good. Anyway, back to where I was. Yeah, so thank you very much, everybody who's been involved in the show tonight. If you are new around here, please like and subscribe to the channel. Follow us all across social medias, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all the other ones that we don't use anymore. If you like our merchandise, I've got one of the original ones on. Ryan and Nicky are wearing some of the new range. Graham's not. But
I'm picking mine up on Wednesday. Wednesday.
And he'll have mine with him, so we'll have some new t-shirts to show off for you as well. But yeah, so tune into all our other videos. My preview's up. Me and Ryan will be back probably 3:30 on Sunday for the big match build-up, and then we'll hand over to Nicky and Dan for the watch-along, and then we'll probably all be back for PMP plus the fan cams. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed the show. Stay safe, and one thing left to say, boys.
Come on, you irons.
Come on, you irons.
Come on, you irons.